Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Spring camp starts in the morning. Practice at 8 a.m. Josh Heupel's going to meet with the media immediately following that. Then myself and Coach Jay, we're going to go live at 10:30 a.m. We're going to break everything down. The orange-white game tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. 45,000 seats available. Going to be limited seating. We're going to come down. We're going to hang out. It's going to be a Talkin VAWLS meet and greet. Looking forward to that. But spring camp starts tomorrow, and there are several interesting storylines around this football team. Of course, you could start on the offensive line. You're returning one starter on that offensive line in Lance Hurd. Andres Carrick waiver gets denied. Cooper Mays, Spraggs, Campbell all out of eligibility. So you're going to be starting four new faces, two of those coming via the transfer portal with Wendell Moy Jr., also Sam Pendleton from Notre Dame. How does that offensive line look in 2025? That's the beautiful thing. It's a question mark, yes. Is it a concern? I don't know. We could be better on the offensive line in 2025 than we were in 2024. Same thing in that wide receiver room, right? All fresh faces. Are you worried? Are you concerned? Maybe a little bit about depth, but if I asked you, if I told you, you can make a decision. You can choose. You can roll with Mike Matthews. You can roll with Braylon Staley, a little bit of Boo Carter, Chris Brazzell, Amari Jefferson, or you can take the guys that left. You can take Nathan Laycock, Chaz Nimrod, Nate Spillman, Caleb Webb, Squirrel White. Which group, which bunch are you going to roll with? Again, another question mark, but also another opportunity to improve. But the production from that wide receiver group wasn't that impressive last season. So does this new group, fresh blood, young blood, can they help this offense take a step in 2025? I talked this morning about some of the coaching changes that Josh Heupel has made. I'm excited about that, man. More eyes, more bodies, more opportunities for this football team in 2025. I think it is an important year, but the biggest storyline going into spring camp is Tennessee with, or are they without, Rickey Gibson? Pete Nakos has tweeted out an update. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it, but as always, I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff for me. Smash the thumbs up right down there below the video. It's quick, free, easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if it's your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We're not journalists. We don't fake it. We don't pretend to be that. We are exactly what you guys are. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like that, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Again, live in the morning, 10:30 a.m. We'll break down all the news coming out of spring practice. We'll also go through Heupel's press conference. So come hang out with me and Coach Jay for a morning show tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Also Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're playing EA Sports College Football and talking all things Tennessee football. By the way, quick plug. There's a link in the description below. You can join the Patreon, the Talkin VAWLS Patreon. Number one, if you just want to support the channel. But number two, if you want to play EA Sports College Football, we just wrapped up year 3. We're getting ready to start year 4. It's the perfect time. You can go head-to-head with me, Coach Jay, Dauber. It's a lot of fun. If you want to jump in, you want to get in where you fit in, click that Patreon link, and you can come check it out. But let's talk about Rickey Gibson, because I think this is one of the biggest, if not the biggest storyline going into the spring. You can see the tweet on the screen. Transfer portal on threes. Pete Nakos has the latest regarding Tennessee starting cornerback Rickey Gibson. Now, obviously, Gibson, announced his plans, his intentions to enter the transfer portal. The portal doesn't even open until after spring practice. But if you go back and you saw some of the videos of me talking about this, talking about Rickey Gibson announcing his intentions to enter the portal, it's a money grab, right? We know that. This was all about money. He saw an opportunity. Now, was it Rickey Gibson? Was it Rickey Gibson's camp? Was it an agent thing? We see that a lot with recruiting. We see that a lot with the portal. We hear the words agent driven. Same can be said about Rickey Gibson here, because everything that I read indicated that just like all the other guys on the team, Rickey Gibson accepted his deal back in December. Now, after that, Jermon McCoy gets hurt. Jermon McCoy gets banged up. Rickey Gibson or Rickey Gibson's team sees an opportunity. Tennessee's between a rock and a hard place, right? You're going to be without your 2 starting corners. Definitely felt like a money grab. I felt like Rickey Gibson, I felt like Tennessee was going to pay him. I felt like they had to pay him. So what's the update from Pete Nakos? He says Tennessee cornerback Rickey Gibson remains with the team. We knew that. My big question was, is he going to be at practice on Friday? Is he going to be there when spring camp kicks off? Pete Nakos says that Rickey Gibson is expected to go through spring practice with the Volunteers. Sources tell On3. Says last month, Gibson told On3 he was planning to enter the portal. As of now, it appears the cornerback is staying with Tennessee through spring and will not enter the portal. He never left the team, going through winter workouts, and will be with the Vols when they open spring practice on Friday morning. So there's the update. Sounds like Rickey Gibson is still going to be a part of this football team. Now, again, I made a video, that he announced his intentions to enter the portal. I had time to sit and think about it. I made a second video, kind of went a little hard in the paint on Rickey Gibson. Every Saturday you go out to Neyland Stadium and slap the sign that says, I'm going to give my all for Tennessee. Well, is this giving your all? Is this giving your all for Tennessee? Or is this putting self before team? What does this do to locker room chemistry? What does this do to team chemistry? What about the guys like Arian Carter? What about the guys like Boo Carter? The guys like Mike Matthews, who kind of did the same thing, right? They flirted with the portal. Mike Matthews was going into the portal. He elects to remain at Tennessee. Well, Rickey Gibson had this opportunity back in December. He had the same opportunity as everybody else. He accepted his NIL deal. He accepted his contract. So maybe the problem doesn't necessarily lie with Rickey Gibson. Maybe the problem lies with college football, with the system. Why should a guy have an opportunity to sign his contract in December, and then we roll into January, February, March, and you're able to hold your team hostage? You're able to back Tennessee into a corner and say, hey, I know my brother on the other side there battling that ACL injury. You guys kind of need me, so I'm going to need more money because of an injury. That's the part that's the hardest for me to swallow here. I have a hard time wrapping my head that you're giving your all for Tennessee, but you're going to take advantage of your teammate. You're going to take advantage of your brother dealing with an injury. Now, on the flip side of that, again, it's the system. We need Rickey Gibson. I saw you, Rocky Top Tom. Saw you out there on Twitter saying I wouldn't pay him a dime. If you asked me, Tom said, if you asked me if we were going to go 6-6, I would not pay Rickey Gibson a dime. That's fair. What do you guys think? Do you think Tennessee should have paid the money? Because that's the way it appears to be. That's the way it appears to look. Now hearing that Rickey Gibson is going to be back with the team certainly sounds like he got what he was looking for. I don't want to go 6-6. I don't want to run Josh Heupel out of town. We need Rickey Gibson. Now, all of a sudden, this roster on the defense, we've talked a lot about the offense. We've talked about the offensive line. We've talked about the wide receiver room. We've talked about Nico and how Nico needs to take a step in 2025. This defense has an opportunity to be elite. This defense has an opportunity to be really good again in 2025. I get it. You lost guys like James Pierce. You lost a guy like Keenan Peely. I mean, he played half the season without Keenan Peely last year as it was. But you got some dudes on this defense, man. Rodney Garner is stacking recruiting class after recruiting class after recruiting class. So, yes, you may be without James Pierce at the edge. You got Josh Josephs, Caleb Herring. Jordan Ross is a dude that I am just waiting to get an opportunity. Yes, we saw him make some plays on special teams. Saw him made a bonehead play on special teams. But the sky is the limit for Jordan Ross, Jackson Moy, Don Bailey, Bryson Eason, David Hobbs, Tyree West. The list goes on and on and on with that defensive line. That defensive line is going to be dominant. They are going to be elite again in 2025. I think we do have some questions at the linebacker position. I'm excited to see Arian Carter take another step, Jeremiah Thielander take another step. I think you're going to have a hard time keeping Edwin Spillman off the field. I think he is a dude who's going to be that second guy in the rotation there at the linebacker position. Does Jordan Burns take a step? Is he ready? You're looking at a secondary without Jermod McCoy, a secondary that could have been without Rickey Gibson. The return of him, I think, is crucial. I think it's important. Jalen McMurray's a guy that played a lot of football last year. I think you still need a guy to come along. I think you could be more athletic at safety with Jacoby Thomas over Will Brooks. I think Boo Carter is a baller, is a gamer. How much does he play on offense? That's something I want to be interested, be watching throughout the course of the spring. How many opportunities does he get on the offensive side of the ball? Made a video this morning talking about the new addition on the coaching staff. Saw the news about Rickey Gibson returning, going to be taking part in spring practice. Wanted to jump on, make a quick video. What are your thoughts? Is that giving your all for Tennessee? Do you think negatively about Rickey Gibson? I saw somebody in the comments saying he's definitely going to be booed in Neyland Stadium. I don't believe in booing our own, but I also don't like this move of holding your team hostage. I don't. I just call it like it is. But on the flip side, we need Rickey Gibson in 2025. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. You can also help by joining the channel. Hit that join button down below. It's only $1 a month to keep the lights on around here. We appreciate the support. The links to all of that is in the description below. You want to be a part of the EA Sports Dynasty on the PS5. That link to the Patreon is also in the description below. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.